My name is Joshua Domingcil, and I have been a parishioner now at Saint Anthony's since October of 2018, which is when I made my Christian initiation. Well, I was born in Hilo, Hawaii, and Hilo is located on the Big Island of Hawaii. I was born to Angela and Aaron Domingcil, and I have two younger siblings, Danielle and Justin, who at the moment are both married and have families of their own. We moved here in 2001 because the cost of living in Hawaii had become exorbitant. And we spent the next few years happily adjusting. I mean, it was a culture shock in the beginning, but it turned out to be quite good, and we love it here. But over time, my parents' relationship became kind of rocky, and they ended up separating and divorcing. Both of my parents remarried, and my stepfather has been a great guy. I mean, he's treated all of us with respect and dignity, and has cared for us like we were his own children. So for the past 10 years, I have been working as a postal clerk at several postal/shipping outlets. I started off at a franchise and then moved over the years to private, like mom and pop type stores. It's been a rewarding job. I never thought of it as a career per se, but just something that kept me occupied. In the meantime, though, while working, I have also been going to school, part-time, full-time here and there at both CSN and UNLV, studying literature and then anthropology, and then back to literature, and then I was back to anthropology just before applying to the seminary. What drew me to the Catholic faith was predominantly the orthodoxy of it all. The liturgy and church history, its adherence to traditional and ancient practices dating back to the apostles. And I consider it to be the one true church, starting from St. Peter. I mean, when we think of Catholicism, it should be thought of as, this is the start of Christianity, and that's what led me to it. And also, this parish, of course. When I first came to St. Anthony's, the parishioners, were very welcoming. This is a tight-knit family that embraces everyone who walks through those front doors. And, I'm happy to call this my home, and I'm happy to embark, on my spiritual journey from this place that has, helped me to develop my spiritual life. Well, even as an Episcopalian, I always had this notion of becoming a priest in the back of my head before I was even affiliated with Catholicism. But for some reason, and maybe this is God, God's way of nudging me, and for some reason I was just attracted to the Catholic Church. And there wasn't one specific incident, rather, it had always been there, just nudging me from time to time, and I couldn't get it out of my head. And so finally, I made the leap to convert. And then after conversion, I figured, I'll practice being a Catholic for a little bit, and see where it goes before I take any major leaps. But that voice was still there. That little tap on my shoulder was still there of, why don't you take it a step further? And so I did, and I contacted the diocese. I contacted Father Ron, and started pursuing the discernment process. I do have a devotion to a few saints, but the ones that are near and dear to my heart are Saint Maximilian Kolbe and Saint Lawrence, who was one of the proto-deacons of the church. Saint Maximilian's story just struck me when I heard about it, because he really, truly, like Christ, laid down his life for others. He put himself in harm's way so that others would live. And I think that's that's at the forefront of the Christian faith, is that as Christians we need to put others first, and strive to make peace where we can. My favorite hymn has to be "O God, Beyond All Praising," just because it's such a beautiful piece of music. It's uplifting. It it really touches me during the Mass, and it draws me nearer to the faith, to God, and in communion with Christ. And also because I'm a big fan of the works of Gustav Holst. I would think that probably my favorite piece of literature has to be Ozymandias. It's a poem by Percy Bysshe Shelley. It just strikes me as a very enigmatic piece of poetry, just because it's about a traveler in a barren land coming upon an ancient wreck. And I don't know. I don't think I understand the meaning of the poem too much, but just the way it's situated and the way the words are arranged, it seems to be very meaningful, and it just affects me. My advice would be to pray. I think prayer is one of the most powerful tools for discernment, and to reach out to the clergy, because they're there to help us. And the clergy in this diocese, the bishop, the vocations director, and especially Father Bob here at our parish, has been paramount to my discernment process. And these people are here to help you, and they're here to help you explore that call if you feel like you have one.